There we go.
Hello, everybody. Whitney Magnuson here with a special guest today, my husband, Nick. We are so excited to be live with you today. You are tuning into, we're not even on Face View, Nick.
Yeah, we are.
Oh.
There's a delay.
Okay, you are live with Unity Stamp Company, and we're super excited. We just had an amazing release this past Tuesday, and we've been celebrating all week long with some amazing deals. Falling prices, I think, is the name of the sale. And
Ooh, that's clever.
Yeah, we have up to 65% off stamps. We have some great doorbuster deals, which actually include some past membership kits, so you have to check that out. And of course, the new arrivals, we're going to use a few of them today. We are feeling spooky. We love spooky season.
Yeah, I was really excited to see the one I'm using come in.
Yes. So we'll hop into it. We'll share with you these new arrivals and some fun spooky cards and have some fun.
I'll awkwardly change to Project Halo.
All right, so do you want to go first, Nick, or do you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
I'll give it a whirl.
All right.
No, you go first.
Okay.
Okay, you go first. You go first.
Okay. So I was super inspired by Zendaya Ayer's card that she created. It was very mixed media inspired, and I just loved how she put it together. So here is my take on a card that she created, and I hope that this inspires you, featuring our new little Piglet and Pooh Halloween edition. I just think he is so stinking cute, and I'm excited to use this. So I would love to know, do you guys make Halloween cards? Put in the comments. I actually just started making Halloween cards maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And until then, I didn't. And then I made my first one, and I was hooked. Halloween is all about grabbing those super fun color combinations that you normally wouldn't use. I mean, when do I grab orange ink? Never. And just creating some fun designs. And so the stamps that I'm going to use today are 2 of our newest arrivals from this release, and you got to check out this whole release. It is seriously amazing. I'm hoping to go live with a background stamp that we also came out with again soon, because I'm obsessed. So we're going to use Winnie the Pooh Trick or Treat, and it's just 2 little cute stamps, and then you get 2 sentiments in here. And this is by Zendaya Ayer. Absolutely love this set. It is so darn cute, and all of the Winnie the Pooh stamps are all on sale in celebration of this little guy being released.
I just love how we can do Pooh on all those little adventures now. It's
I
so much
know.
fun.
And we also got in a restock of all of our past coordinating dies for our Pooh Bear sets, and some new ones too, so you're going to want to check that out. So Trick or Treat, and then this is a great background called Smell My Feet by Lisa Arana, and it just has like all these kind of spooky sayings in it, and I used it in the background here, and it's really, really fun. I love the texture and pattern that it adds to spooky cards. And I can tell I'm going to be using this one a lot. So that's what I'm going to use for this first card here. So I'm going to do a craft A2 card base. Then I just cut out 2 panels of watercolor paper that we're going to do some ink smooshing on, and our stamping, and then here's a little bit of scrap for our sentiment that's going to go on the inside. So this is what the inside looks like. Just pretty simple, but kind of fun when you open it up. Just something to kind of dress up the inside. All right, so let's start off by making our fun backgrounds. I'm going to remove this paper so we can do a little bit of ink smooshing here. All right, let's start with creating that awesome stamped background here. So I'm just going to grab my Misty. I'm going to put this inside of there. I like to use a little bit of Post-it tape or pixie tape, either are in our shop, just to kind of hold the part in place. Oh, my thing is wet still. I just cleaned it. Yes, so Angela's here in the comments, and she is sharing all the links to all of our products that are featured during this live video, so you can go back and grab all of your goodies. All right. So I'm just sticking that down so we kind of have our panel in there. And this background is exactly the size of an A2 card. You could slide it down in the corner, but I always do mine in the center. I guess I just like to make things a little bit more difficult. All right. So we're going to stamp this out with black ink, and I'm going to do Versifying Clair Nocturne. This is a watercolor friendly ink. And we're going to do some ink smooshing over the top of this. So you don't want your ink to run. So if you don't have a watercolor friendly ink, you're going to want to do your ink smooshing first and then stamp over the top. But for me, I can do it before with this awesome ink. All right, super fun. I love it. So it has just kind of some cute little sayings in here. I put a spell on you, to my best girlfriends,
Hocus
friends.
pocus.
Yeah, just little sayings that I think are kind of fun. All right, so now that that is stamped, we are gonna grab some orange ink. Like I said, I never use orange ink. So Tangerine Twist, this is by Gina K Designs. I think we have this color in a cube.
Oh,
So
the orange is by far my favorite color.
really?
Yeah, just love it.
Yeah, it's really not my favorite, but I love it for Halloween and fall. So I'm just taking a little bit of that ink and I'm placing it down on my glass mat. And then we're going to add a little bit of water on top and then just lay our whole panel in it until we like the look. So I'm just going to start by kind of adding it on the corners. And I like to kind of go in layers too. That's how you get more texture in your ink smooshing, is to kind of dry it and then go back in and add that second layer. Hi Naomi, I'm so glad that you were able to join us today. So happy to see all of you here. I hope you're all having a great Thursday. I was telling Angela I'm not having that great of a Thursday. My son used my toothbrush this morning, so I'm just like kind of like,
yeah, that was a nightmare.
In an irritated mood. I'm like, what?
He
Why
will
would
never
you violate me?
Never use your toothbrush again, I guarantee it.
Yeah, right. He will not. All right, so we got that all kind of inked up, and I'm going to go in with yet another color of orange just for a little bit of variation here. And this one is Sweet Mango. So I'm just putting that down right on my glass mat. We're going to do the same process, just add a little bit of water to that. And
Hi,
then
Angie.
we'll go right over the top. Hi, Angie. All right. And I just kind of like to use most of the ink. So that's what we're going to do. I love like just the texture you get with the different layers. It's really fun.
That is such a good color.
All right, so we can set this one aside. We're good with that. Now let's do like our initial layer. So we're gonna cut this in half. So we're gonna get two backgrounds out of this, and we're gonna end up putting it on this. But what I wanna do is I want to have kind of a little bit of orange on each corner. So I'm just gonna go ahead and splat that down. Then I'm gonna take my spray bottle and I'm gonna do a little spray on each corner. So when I put it down, the water is gonna kind of pull that pigment into where I sprayed.
Oh.
And we'll do a little bit here just to loosen it up. All right, we'll do the same over here. And it's just kind of adhering to where the water was sprayed.
This would be great with like a zombie theme and doing the nice dark red.
Yeah. It would. Again, I like to kind of go in layers to add a little bit of texture with like the pooling of the colors. Just kind of keeping just to the corners. I want a little bit of white space on the edges there. Perfect.
Cool.
I don't want to waste that, so I'm just going to kind of pick it up with this background a little bit. Let that dry. Then this background's all good. All right. I love lime green for Halloween cards too. It's another great one. What was this for? Oh, that was for my background.
Uh-oh.
All right. Oh well, we'll stamp on this.
That's all right.
Would you be able to die cut this out for me with this? I'm just gonna have Nic die cut out that background while we're at it, and we're gonna do our stamping on this panel. Our cute little Piglet and Pooh Bear, and this is from the set Trick or Treat. The background I just used was Smell My Feet. Two of our newest arrivals. Each of the arrivals are so awesome. We're just obsessed with the release right now. We were just talking about it. All right, so we are going to stamp out Piglet and Pooh on this panel. All right, I'm just gonna position it and then kind of keep an eye, take a peek at it, make sure I like it, and I do. I think he looks great. I'm gonna do a little bit of watercoloring, so I'm gonna use VersaFine Clair Nocturne, the same one I used for our background, and I believe that this is in stock in our shop. It's great for embossing or sentiments too, so you can stamp something and then emboss it up to 5 minutes later with this ink.
That's insane.
Even though it dries almost instantly after you stamp it. I don't really know why it works, but it does.
Witchcraft.
Yep. All right. How cute is that? I'm just going to give that a little second to dry, so we're going to grab our sentiment and stamp that out while we are at it with our stamping. We'll use Happy Halloween from the same set. Right, we'll stamp this out in the black Nocturne ink as well.
Oh, that is a great font.
Isn't it? It's so
That's
cute.
so good.
It is so cute. All right, so we got all of our stamping done. Here's my background once it's die cut. Just kind of something fun. It almost looks like alcohol ink, but it's just ink smooshing, which I love. I'm never really happy with my results when I do alcohol ink backgrounds, and so this is kind of a cheater way that you can do it, achieve the same look, and not have to have special paper and, you know, all the alcohol inks and stuff. Oh, you might want to take those out for your
Oh, okay. Thank you.
next thing. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of watercoloring on this. Now that we are done with the messy part, I'm just going to take this so you don't get that nasty glare in there. All right, so this is what we have so far. We have our kind of ink smooshed text background. We have an ink smooshed background here, and then our little critters stamped out and ready for some watercoloring. I'm going to use my Karen Pro Brush markers. They're a water-based marker. Any watercolor would do, and I am using watercolor paper for all of this. So if you're going to do ink smooshing like this, to get the same effect, you're going to need a watercolor paper. Otherwise, it's just not going to turn out as well. All right, so I'm going to grab my water here. I have a little water brush, and let's see. Lupe says, I just joined you. Is this stamp on sale? So we love to offer discounts, and so when we have new arrivals, they're on sale right away, and that's kind of fun. I think we're like one of the only companies that does that, and we're not going to stop.
No way.
So I'm just taking an orange here. I like to lay down a little bit of water first, and then go in and blend it out a little bit. But when I add water first, then the pigment just kind of flows where I put the water down. And you just kind of repeat that process until you're happy with the color of your pumpkin.
What theme pumpkin are you gonna do this year?
Oh, for carving?
Yeah.
I had not even thought about it. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I might do. I'm really in the zombie theme right now. I think I'm gonna make a zombie hand or something.
Oh, that's getting pretty advanced.
I know.
All right. I am pretty happy with my little pumpkin there. I'm going to switch over and I'm going to do Pooh Bear while this pumpkin dries. I'll end up cutting this panel out because I meant for this to be on a different thing. But what I like to do is just like kind of test out my colors first on the same paper just to make sure it's what I want. And so we're going to go in with this kind of pale orange for Pooh Bear here. And then we'll go in and blend that out. And it almost looks like old-fashioned Pooh Bear, like a vintage Pooh Bear with this color, which I think goes well with kind of the Halloween theme. All right, so the rest of him, I am assuming, is zombie. Or, yeah, mummy. So I'm going in with almond color. It's just a very light kind of color, and I'm going to go in on the edges and just add a little bit of this color, and then we'll blend out. It just kind of makes the mummy wraps pop a little bit versus just staying white.
Do you think Everett's old enough to watch The Mummy yet?
I don't know. I mean, according to you, probably,
Yeah.
but according to me, no.
I think he could handle it. He'd be obsessed. He'd love it so much.
Our son is 6. He loves all things spooky. I mean, I would say no, but if you want to deal with him being scared of mummies, like, you go for it. Sorry, guys, my hair in the way.
Right under there.
All right, I'm going to go in with rosewood for our, oh no, that's not the color. See, I'm telling you, test your colors. We're going to go in with this orangey color on our honey pot and blend that out.
Nice.
And then we'll go in with that one there. And then we're going to do the honey, kind of this couple different colors here. Just mixing them to kind of get my ideal honey color.
I just realized honey was spelled with a U.
Yeah, that's how they spell it on Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, that's cute.
All right. I'm going to pop back over to do Piglet here. I'm using just kind of a light pink color for Piglet. And he's got little ears that pop out and little feet on the bottom. And then we're going to do just a little bit of gray here. So I noticed that gray doesn't really blend out that well. So my trick to kind of getting it to blend better is adding the water first, then going back in and just letting that pigment go right over the top. And it just kind of pulls the pigment a little bit, and it's going to make it easier to blend out.
Roxanne's wondering if our kids love Pooh.
You know, I don't really think they've watched it.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever introduced it to them.
Nope, I do not think we have, which is odd. I've tried. I'm like, you want to watch the Winnie the Pooh movie? And they're like, no. All right, so we're all good to go on this. I'm just going to cut this down a little bit closer.
Another request to sell these markers. You can get it right from their website, Karen Brush. Is that what they are? Yeah.
Yep. All right. So I just cut this down a little bit closer to my stamped image here. And I'm just using a Copic marker here to add a little bit of grounding. You're not going to really notice it, but I do, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to rough this up just a little bit. You can use the edge of your scissors, otherwise this is a little distress tool by Making Memories. I know that Tim Holtz has one out there as well that you could probably find on Amazon. And I like doing this on Halloween cards or like vintage style cards. Before I add some ink around the edges, it just picks it up and it's a really fun detail. So this is the color Craft by Gina K Designs. It is like the perfect brown for adding some kind of distressed edges. So I'm just going to blend around this whole panel here on the edges. Until I'm happy, and I am pretty happy with that. Alright, so now we're just going to cut this down a little bit because we don't need all of this. We're going to cut it in half so we can get 2 out of 1 background. I love doing that. It's just a fun way to kind of get more out of the backgrounds and stuff you create. So I'm just kind of deciding which one I want, and I think I want this one. I think I'm into that. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to take this one and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just distress those edges, keep with our theme here. I don't know why whenever like Halloween or Christmas hits, I go from like a very like kind of simple card maker to like let's rough up everything. So
give it all the flair.
Yes, I'm gonna do the same thing on this panel too.
Rough it all up.
Yeah, it's just looking a little bit too kind of simple for me. Perfect. And I'm just going to go a little bit with whatever's left on my brush kind of around those edges, just a little touch. All right, so now we can start kind of assembling our layers here. And I know I want this one to be kind of a little bit kittywampus, and this is going to be more straight on our card. So we kind of have some wonky layers happening. All right. So we are going to just kind of start with positioning this, kind of getting it the way we want. Perfect. Okay, so I know I kind of want it like that. We don't want, like, I don't want this to be completely adhered down because I want to be able to kind of pop up the corners a little bit for a little bit of texture. So what I like to do is just take a little bit of flat adhesive and do like a X on the back like this. So it's not completely covered by adhesive. We just kind of have a little X, and my corners will all be free to kind of pop up and get
that makes sense.
That texture. My glue, my terrible tape actually turned terrible because it got wet, and I want to use it still.
Uh-oh.
But it's going to work out just fine. All right. So I'm going to take this and put it on here. And we're just going to press down, but we're going to pull up our edges just to get that extra kind of texture. And then we'll put this right on there. I think that's super cute. We'll pop this up with a little bit of foam tape. Wonky layers are really fun for Halloween cards. I love doing that technique for Halloween. Why, thank you, Jessie. She said, your ring is beautiful.
Even the tape is distressed.
Yes, the tape is distressed, for sure. To get the backing off, I like to use my poke tool. and just kind of peel up the edges. It makes it a little bit easier. This poke tool I use a lot for different things.
It's such a handy little thing.
It is. We don't sell it in our shop, but it's a Tim Holtz like tonic brand thing, so you could probably find that on Amazon. If you don't have one, I know a lot of people might have them already because they're great for getting like little bits out of die cuts and things like that. All right, we'll pop this up. I'm kind of feeling it like, yep, that looks looking good for me. And again, I'm just kind of pulling
Cute.
up on the edges just a tiny bit to kind of get the look that I'm going for. And we need to add some splatters. We just can't leave this card as is without splatters. So I'm going to grab that craft ink again, smoosh it off to the side, and then we'll add a little bit of water to that. And grab a larger paintbrush because I kind of want some big splatters for this one. And we're going to go right over the top and add some fun splatters. I'm going to go in and add a little bit more water because I want some bigger ones now too.
Oh.
There we go. Oh, I forgot about my little panel here that I wanted to do. I should have done that with my extra ink. I wanted to have this one kind of smooshed too. So I'm just adding some orange off to the side. And then we'll dump our sentiment in there. Get some orange. Kind of speed dry this. Perfect. Another technique you could try to get a little bit more texture with your like ink smooshing and blending is doing blending over the top of the ink smooshing, and it just kind of has a fun effect. It like blends right into the water parts and you just get a different look. All right, I'm gonna cut this sentiment down just a little bit. You can use paper trimmer or whatever you want. I just want it a little bit closer to the actual sentiment. Of course, I cut off all my cool parts.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm gonna grab this black paper, black cardstock, and we're gonna do a little bit of matting on this one. Some liquid glue. This glue that I'm using is Ultra Bond adhesive. It is in our shop.
Does that sentiment come with the stamp set? Yep, it comes with
It does.
Happy Halloween and then Trick or Treat as well in the same font.
All right, so I'm just putting this on my black cardstock, and then we'll cut this out. All right, we gotta add a little bit on this corner. I'm feeling like it's a little empty. And so I have this super cute mini paper clip that I have had in our collection forever. And then this is our May Arts twine, and I wanna do like a pretty big bow. And so what I'm gonna do, through your fingers like this. It's a little bit more difficult, but then you kind of get like a bow going when you go like this a few times.
Ooh, fancy.
All right, and you could tie it off like right here with these two ends. So I'm just gonna try to get this off my fingers now, and I did it pretty tight, but I know I can get it.
Need some help?
No, I do it myself. That's what our daughter always says. She's like, no, I don't want to.
No, I don't want to.
I do it. All right, so we have this going on here. We got it all wrapped around. I'm gonna just tie this off kind of as best as I can.
That was a fancy way to do a bow. I have never seen that before.
You know who taught me that?
Let's hear it.
My pal Lisa Arana.
Ooh.
There was a video she did, and she was like, ways to tie bows or something, and she did this, and I was like, thank you, I'm gonna be using that. Yeah, so if you are ever looking for inspiration, you can find so much inspiration from our design team over on our YouTube channel or TikTok or Instagram. We are everywhere, you guys. So you can just find your favorite social media, and you know what? We're Unity Stamp Company everywhere. So wherever you find inspiration, go find us. We'd love to have you. Oh, there it is. All right, so I'm gonna grab my little paper clip here, and we're going to pin this on the corner with our paper clip, like so. It's looking really cute. Just position it how we want. I didn't have tails on my first one, but I kind of dig it, so I think I'm gonna leave the tails. All right. All right, so inside of our card, I thought it'd be fun to have this little greeting in there. Oopsies. I don't feel like I ate enough lunch. I'm kind of like shaky. Sorry, guys.
Or too much coffee? No, you only had 1 cup, didn't you?
Yep. Just had some cereal today, so I'm a little famished after all my talking and whatnot. I used a lot of glue, but it works. It's a Halloween card.
Yeah.
All right, so this is just gonna go right on there, and our card will be all finished. So when it's done, this is what it looks like with all of the splatters and fun ink smooshing and our bow detail. And when you open it up, you get Happy Halloween. I just stamped the background a couple times on the edges,
that's a nice
which
touch.
you wouldn't have to do, but I did just whatever was there. It's like 2nd generation stamping. Just a fun little card. And the stamps featured again are 2 new arrivals. So Smell My Feet is a really fun text background. This is what it looks like when it's all stamped out. It is actually the size of an A2 card. And it just has some really fun little sayings in here that are all kind of spooky themed. And then Trick or Treat Winnie the Pooh. You get Piglet and Pooh and 2 fun sentiments. This is a must-have if you have all the other Pooh Bear sets. Be sure to check out. We had 1 other new one arrive, and then we have coordinating dies as well. So be sure to check that out. So that is what was used for this one. And I'm going to turn it over to Nick, and he's going to school us in how to create a fun zombie card with another one of our new arrivals.
Yes, I love this new arrival.
All right, so I'm just going to clean this up a little bit so he's not overwhelmed. He doesn't usually go live. All right. Switching over.
All right, let me bring my
notes over.
My notes, yes. Okay, so what's this one called? This is called R.I.P. Wait till you guys see this one stamped out. It's so much fun.
I love zombies too. I'm all here for like zombie shows or movies. Like if you have any really great like spooky season stuff that we have to watch, like I would love to know in the comments.
Yeah, we just watched Resident Evil on Netflix. That was a fun zombie one.
Yeah, that was. That was a really good zombie show. If you're looking for a good zombie show, it's based off of Resident Evil, the video game, right?
Yep.
But the show is awesome. I never did the video game or anything.
And they leave you hanging too, so there's more to come.
I hope so. Thank you, Maria. I'm so glad that you liked that card. It was inspired by Sandia Iyer. She is a very talented crafter on our design team, and she also illustrates quite a few of our stamps as well, so she's very multi-talented.
And do one more. Oh, I didn't tape it down. I'll risk it. Oh yeah, it held up.
Awesome. Look at that. So fun.
Zoom in a little here while I... Okay.
This is just a fun, like, spooky scene. It fits perfectly on an A2 card base. This is a little bit bigger. I think he just cut, like, a big chunk.
Yeah, because then I'm just going to die cut it. Let's see, is that close enough, do you think? Let's see, so I think I'm going to start with the grass. So I have some pink fresh olive. Oh, that's not the right.
But you know what is probably pretty close that we have in our shop is grass green.
Grass green?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to start with the gray, I think. I can't remember what I did on my first card. shoot, I'm sorry.
You
I
cross-contaminated?
cross-contaminated.
Get out.
Okay, no, I'm
Get
sorry.
out of my...
Start with green. Oh, man.
It's all good.
Just some...
Fun.
Yeah. And then come in with the gray, too, to give it that darker, ominous vibe here.
So this is a completely ink blended card.
Yeah. And we saw this on Unity's TikTok from Angeline Chu.
Yes, this is inspired by Angeline Chu. She made a amazing card. I actually shared that TikTok on the Unity Show and Tell. So if you're not with us over there, we'd love to have you. It's a place where we all share our Unity creations, and we always share our new arrivals and sales and things like that. It's a really fun place to be.
Oh my gosh. You guys, we'll see how this turns out.
Why? What's happening?
I don't know. Let's see. Now, what did I use for the...
Do you need to, here, look at your sample. That's what I do.
Oh, yeah.
Then I remember what I did.
I think it was this color. Okay. I'm just going to come in and hit these guys a little bit. These little gravestones. And then, gosh, what was, okay.
Yes, Sue, I was just telling him that too when he was practicing, and I'm like, yeah, you just got to keep going. Like, stuff gets ugly, and you just, like, keep going, and it all works out.
Oh, yeah. It's just fun. It's a cool background to work with, so I just wanted to mess around with it and kind of see what happened. Okay. Spooky kooky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now where did my paintbrush go?
Oh, you used that for your moon, huh?
Yeah, I just gave it a little glimmer here.
Nice.
Okay. And then I guess a little more gray on the trees. Oh shoot. That got a little intense. Okay, it's a really dark castle. Almost used gray.
Lisa says, looking spooky.
Spooky kooky. Okay. Now, I took this zombie hand. I'm going to do that one separate here.
So stamped it again, right?
Yep, stamped it, die cut it, or not die cut, just fussy cut. So, this brush really worked well with it, just to give it a little... Is my head in the way?
Nope.
Okay.
Looking very eerie.
Oh,
they're
good.
saying.
Good. Then you got to go with the candied apple red to give it that real creepy vibe.
That is creepy.
All right. I'm going to die cut this out and see if it looks better when I do that.
Yes. It will look great. They're liking the blood.
Of course.
Oh, they said you could dab some white pigment ink for fog.
Ooh,
He
we
has
should
some.
try
I
that.
wonder if that's what you were using it for. Hi, Faylene. So glad that you're here and you found us live. Yes, I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's coming along. Okay, then what did I do here? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna put it on this. Oh yeah, distress the edges, of course. Thanks.
Yeah, that was my tip.
Good tip. Do you pull it towards? Oh yeah, you kind of.
Yeah, you just do whatever your heart tells you. You can't do it wrong.
It's my first time doing this stuff, so.
Do you like it? Because I
Yeah.
really like it.
This tool?
Yeah.
Or making cards in general?
Well, that tool.
Yeah, this tool is great.
Yeah. Yes, Roxanne, I am so happy that Nic wanted to join me live. I said, look at the TikTok that I just uploaded. Angeline made one and it was so cool. And he's like, I think I could do that card. I'm like, yeah, you should try. And he's like, maybe I'll go live. And then I made a graphic. I'm like, I made a graphic. We're going live.
Then I never had a choice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take this background from Brutus Monroe, which is called Vintage Burlap.
Are you going rogue?
Yeah, I'm going rogue.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I make such a mess when I'm crafting.
Yeah, so does everybody. Said every crafter everywhere.
Okay. That looks about good. Should I tape it? No, that'll be fine. Where'd my white go?
It was right here. You just had it, right?
Hmm.
It was oh, it's right there.
Oh, literally right here.
So this is white pigment ink from Gina K Designs. This is out of stock in our shop right now.
Oh, man. Oops.
But it is a great white pigment ink if you're ever able to get your hands on it.
Yeah, I think that'll look nice. Okay, then also, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I just don't really have a method. Okay, where's the Winnie the Pooh? Oh, there's a, oh, here it is. So I'm gonna poke a little hole in this guy. You'll see why.
Make them interactive, huh?
Yeah.
I think the poke tool is up in that little cup.
So that was just a scrap piece of rubber here. You can poke right into. And then, let's see which one. How's that one look?
A little Brad.
Don't call them Brads.
They're called Brads.
Let's go with this one. Oh, I should actually make his hand here a little.
Or cut it off. Either way, can't stay white.
Can't stay. This is.
So you're just poking it through the hand and the card
Yeah.
base?
Yep. And then fold him over. Now he moves. How fun is that?
Ooh. That's
Okay.
so good.
Now.
Ooh, that is a fun background with it.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Should I pop it up?
Yeah.
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 Running really low on tape here.
I know. Gotta place an order.
Scissors.
In the cup.
You're good at putting stuff back. I'm like, why would it be where it's supposed to be?
Yeah, a little foam tape is always a good idea.
Okay, so hope you guys are cozy because this is going to take a minute here.
Use the poke tool.
Oh, got it.
Is it like really hot in here?
Yeah. I was so cold earlier, so I turned off the air. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
Whitney, help me.
You got it?
No.
Sorry, I'm like really shaky. Like I need to eat a granola bar. There you go, I got it started.
Oh, thanks. And then, boom. Oh, I wanted to do this one on, what should I stamp this on? On here?
Sure, you could do it in white on there.
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay.
Not white.
All right. What color are you doing?
I am doing
Because you'll have to
candy
do...
apple.
I don't think that'll work. I think you'll have to do oxide. I have a
Really?
red oxide. You can try it. I don't think it'll work. This is...
Let me give it a whirl. Why is it too
It
the,
won't
the
show
dark?
up. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's so lame.
I have a green.
Well, let's see. What's everyone saying?
There's green. That would work.
I really want... You know what? How about this? What, can I just stamp on there, do you think? Or will that not work?
Yeah, you could try it.
All right, guys. Here it goes.
If it doesn't work, then you could stamp it on something else and put it over it.
Okay. I just really like this red color. Oh, perfect.
That is really good. I love it.
All right, guys. There's my card.
And that sentiment is from the Winnie the Pooh set. But this RIP does come with a really great sentiment that I love.
Oh, should I stamp
and
that out too?
It's huge. It has a fun saying about Halloween, and I think it's just great.
Yeah.
You need a little scrap sheet?
Sure. Guys, it's just a mess over here.
All right. They're loving your card and how
Good,
spooky
good,
it
good.
is.
I'm glad you guys thought it was fun.
I think the red sentiment really pulls it all together with the red on the zombie hand.
Thanks, Angeline Chu, for showing me this. And yeah, there's that fun one.
Yeah, it says, when witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers 'tis near Halloween.
Ooh.
I love things that rhyme and Halloween, so.
Shoot, I can't really. I was going to stamp my custom stamp on there, but...
Oh, you can do that on your card base.
Oh. I don't know how to do that.
Okay. All right, so that is what we had for you today. Just a couple of spooky cards. So here is Nic's, and then here's mine. Mine's spooky cute. His is spooky kooky. These are featuring a few of our new arrivals. You should check out all of our new arrivals, which are all on sale over on our website. If you go up to the top left corner under sale, you're going to see all of the deals we have going on, all of the new arrivals. You just don't want to miss it. And there's some amazing freebies too that you can check out on our website. So,
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys.
yes, thank you all so much for hanging